Then I let me in the door. Then I gave your boy a chance, now the youngin' finna blow. It's a shame finna put the game in the figure four. Youngin' fresh from out that bottom.
Yo, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Man, you ain't got to like, you got to comment, but I do appreciate it if you hit the sub button if you're new. Now, in this video, we will talk about Attack on Titan, but in particular, we talk about my review for Attack on Titan Final Season Episode 9. So the episode starts off with Armin basically in front of Annie, and he's asking Annie to listen to him, like, even though she can't really talk back to him and she probably don't know what to say to him, he just wants somebody to listen to him, because 3 years ago, before all this had happened, he tried to get everybody to understand that, okay, these volunteers had came over here to basically get Paradise Island up to speed so they can actually go to war with Marley, because their technology is nowhere compared to what the rest of the world has. So if they were to go into war now, at that point in time, 3 years ago, they would lose a war with Marley instantly. Don't matter if they got Eren or Armin on that side, because how far Marley is in technology and development, Armin and Eren wouldn't stand a chance at that. So the fact that volunteers from around the world came over there to actually, volunteer to bring Paradise Island up to speed, Armin is trying to make everybody realize, like, okay, like, everybody around the world doesn't really see us as devils or as bad people. Like, of course, it was a lot of animosity, but after that, both sides grew to understand and like each other, to actually be around each other with no problem. But Eren is trying to make Armin realize, like, you're forgetting that we're in war, and these guys still look at us as devils, even though they grew to understand us and know where we come from, and they came over here to actually give us a chance to actually learn who we really are. They still look at us like we're monsters. It don't matter if they understand us, because they will always and forever have that image that we're devils inside the back of their minds. And Eren then says, like, hey, like, yeah, we got them to understand us and they want to be around us, but look how long that took. It took way too long for them to get them to this point, and they still look at us as devils. And then Armin says, you know what, that's what we need time. And them speaking about time, it just reminds Mikasa, like, damn, Eren doesn't really have that much time to live. Neither of them, actually, And that's why Eren says, like, we have to go along with Zeke's plan. We have to go along with it, because I don't have all the time in the world to wait for the rest of the world to actually want to understand us or give us a chance. I don't want to wait on that. And the reason why Eren doesn't want to really wait on this is because not only he doesn't have time, but the fact is, like, we might do all that waiting and that shit might never fucking happen. So we have to go through with this small rumbling and threaten the rest of the world to leave us alone. But you could truly see how Armin doesn't really want to go through with the rumbling. He's trying his best to basically change everybody's decision on trying to do this small rumbling, because they're going to be doing the same thing that happened to them when they was kids, and they're going to be doing this to people they don't even know, people who might be innocent just like how they were and have no idea of what the fuck is about to happen. And Armin is truly trying to get everybody to realize, like, doing this rumbling and threatening the world is not going to make things better. It's just going to make the rest of the world hate us and be more afraid of us. And once we threaten the world, these people would never want to give us a chance to actually understand who we really are. Like, look at what the fuck we just did. Like, you expect them to actually change the way they look at us? Like, what the fuck? But I understand where Armin is, like, coming from, but I also understand where Eren is coming from as well, because Eren doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. He can't just gamble the safety of all aliens on Paradise Island like that. Let's say Armin actually got everybody to change that decision, and Eren and everybody else decided to go this peaceful route. Eren is trying to make Armin realize, like, these motherfuckers will still send people over here to come kill us. Like, do you not remember what we just lived through? We was innocent people. We didn't know that it was humanity living outside of these walls. We didn't know that, and they still sent people to come kill us. They still sent our own people as pure titans to come eat us. They still did that, and they disturbed our peace, knowing that we didn't know that these motherfuckers was even alive. So, do you not remember what the fuck we just went through? So, if we don't do anything to fight back or literally threaten them to never come fuck with us ever again, like, who's to say that these motherfuckers might just come back and destroy the whole island by sending a bunch of blimps and bombing everything up? Like, what if they do that? Now you're going to wish that we actually did the rumbling or threatened them to never come fuck with us. Like, what the hell? Because if they don't do it, then they're going to be exactly where they were in the first 3 seasons, where they had the first King of the Walls ideology to never renounce war going to every royal who acquired the Founding Titan, and they did nothing about the Titans. They didn't even want to protect their own people. So if we don't do anything to protect our own people, it's like, why did we take the power from these motherfuckers? Like, why did we come this far if we wasn't going to fight? It doesn't really make sense. And that's where everybody gets on board, like, okay, you're right. we gotta fight back. We gotta actually do something about this, because if we don't, then we can never protect people. We can never be free. But even though they all agreed on the small rumbling and everything, they still feel bad for what they did. And that's what Armin is kind of reminiscing on. He's like, you know what, I wish things could have been different. I wish everybody literally listened to me. I wish everybody understood where I was coming from. But Eren is right, we don't have that much time. And to be honest, this is the only plan that we really have, and that is literally relying on Zeke and Eren to free Eldia. But in this episode, we finally get to see how Yelena got to Paradise Island, and she kills her own comrade in front of the scouts. And this tactic that she does the same thing that Zeke did, right? Zeke literally ratted out his own mother and father to get the blessing of Marley, so he can never be questioned. Like, damn, we can't question him. Like, he has showed us how loyal he is. You know, like, he literally ratted out his own family to basically show that he's devoted to Marley. So Yelena kind of does the same thing by killing her comrades in front of the scouts to make sure that they can never question her loyalty. Like, that's her devoting, like, hey, I'm devoted to you guys. You can never question me because look what the fuck I just did. You can't question somebody who kills their ally in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You just want to know what their true motive is, but you really can't question them. So you only have one choice, and that only choice is to give them a little bit of trust. And she get that tactic from Zeke, and that just showing like how she literally learned everything from Zeke. But now the scout welcomed the volunteers onto the island, and Yelena and the volunteers are trying to basically bring everybody up to speed and show them that the technology that Marley has, and it literally blows Hanji away. And Hanji's realizing, like, you know what? Yeah, we would never stood a fucking chance. Like, look what the fuck did they have compared to what we have. We would have never stood a chance. And the scouts, seeing how far they are compared to the rest of the world when it comes to technology, it just pushes them closer to, like, okay, we gotta do this rumbling. Like, the rumbling is our only weapon to make these guys stop trying to fuck with us. So them seeing how far they are compared to the rest of the world also pushed them to want to agree to do the rumbling, or do the small rumbling. But after that, Yelena basically reveals that they're not actually from Marley. They're actually from other countries who got suppressed by the Marleyan government. And Zeke had came to come save them, and to them, Zeke had looked like a god instead of a devil. And Yelena goes to explain like how Zeke gave them hope. And seeing this, I didn't realize that this was a parallel with Yuri and Kenny. Kenny also seen Yuri as a god, and which made Kenny want that power, because he knew that whoever had that power would become wise and give people hope. And that's what Kenny wanted. He wanted to become a symbol for something, and he wanted to become a god. And I didn't realize that reading that in the manga, but seeing that in the anime, it's like refreshing everything. It's like, oh shit, that's a parallel with Kenny and Yuri. Like, Kenny also looked at Yuri as a god the same way how Yelena looked at Zeke as a god. And I didn't know that. That's crazy. But after that, we see how Hanji is bringing the information to Premier Zachary and every commander, and they basically saying like, hey, we can't trust this motherfucker. Like, do we remember that he literally changed everybody from Ryoko Village into Titans? It's like, we cannot trust them. Like how I said in my last video about me explaining how Eren lost his trust, he literally lost his trust because he trusted Zeke to the point where, like, he literally went into enemy ground and fully agreed to Zeke's plan. And then you sent letters, and then you forced us to come save you like how we always did. Like, damn, you put your trust in us, but we can't put our trust in you because you trusted the enemy before you trusted us. And the first 2 times you got yourself captured, we literally threw everything on the line to get you back. But this 3rd time, you purposely got yourself captured, and you forced us to come get you, knowing that we have no choice but to come save you, because you're the only one that can actually give us a chance to win this war against Marley. Knowing about all the sacrifices that we have made to actually protect you, you coming over here and forcing our hand, you did that on purpose, so we can no longer trust you. But after that, Hanji reads to Premier Zachary that they need a Titan with royal blood, and they also need a Titan who doesn't have royal blood but also has the family Titan, so they can actually bypass the vow to never renounce war that was made by the first king of the walls. And them saying that makes Eren remember the time that he activated the power of the founder Titan when he had touched a Titan who had royal blood. And Eren says like, okay, this is how we can actually fight back. Before, we didn't know how we could fight back against Marley's technology, but now we actually have a chance, and that chance is a rumble. We have to do that. And Levi calls Eren out because he did not share the information with the rest of the scouts, at least the scouts. Like, of course, we can see why you didn't want to share the information with Premier Zachary and the rest of the commanders, but you could at least told the scouts. But Eren didn't want to go off of his uncertain, because what if him activating the Founding Titan was just a coincidence, like it just happened. So if I would have relayed that information, they would have turned the story to a Titan, and what if I wouldn't be able to actually get in contact with the power of the founder, then it's like, damn, we just made Historia to the Titan for no fucking reason. So he was really concerned for Historia. He truly didn't want to shorten her life like that on a gamble. But after that, it cuts to Armin in front of Annie, and he's still questioning if what they did was right, and he was hoping that things could have been different. And he wanted things to be different, but then it cuts to Eren in front of the mirror, and you see all this mess that he's made with the water and everything. The water is overflowing and shit like that, and I will explain that later on in this video. But as Eren is being shown and everything, you got Armin saying like, damn, I thought I understood Eren the most, like even more than Mikasa. And you can truly see that their paths are different now, like they're not close anymore. He doesn't know why Eren is thinking like this. Like in a previous video, I had explained how Eren is actually like how Armin is. Like Eren wanted to understand and always wanted to talk. That's why he didn't want to fight Andy. He truly wanted to understand why he got betrayed by Andy and Reiner, but when they didn't give him any questions, it drove him insane. And he didn't understand why all this shit was happening until he crossed that ocean and he understood, like, okay, you had no choice, but I also had no choice as well because of what you did to me. And you and Falco might understand me, but the rest of these motherfuckers is not gonna understand. And I truly gave the rest of the world to change their mind about how they see us on this island. I gave them a chance, but Willie literally declared war on Eren Yeager and Paradise Island, so you forced my hand. I have no choice, I'm the same as you. But Armin truly did think that him and Eren always thought the same. Like they always wanted to talk, they always wanted to understand, but Eren knows when to stop talking. You know, it's like, ain't no time to talk. We at war. And that's the thing that some of these characters don't realize, like, motherfucker, you're at war. There isn't no time to understand or talk things out. We literally have to fuck them up before they fuck us up. End of the story. But then after that, it skips to Yelena handing the syringes over to Pixis, but they got their guns drawn up to them and everything, and that just shows that they still don't really trust these motherfuckers. Like, don't get me wrong, like, we're grateful for what you have done to this island and basically speeding us up to the rest of the world. We still, like, a couple years back still, but we're grateful, but we don't trust you still. Even though you gave us a chance to actually show you who we really are, you understood us, you actually want to be around us, you don't despise us, we don't trust you guys though. And that just goes back to what I said in the beginning of the video. That is what Eren is talking about. Like bro, it's going to take a lot of fucking time to get people to change, and it's going to damn near take decades because of what has happened. You can't erase that, so it's going to take a long fucking time that Eren and Zeke doesn't have. So Eren is like, why should we change how they see us? Fuck trying to change our image. Let's actually show them the devil that they made. Let's show them that shit. But then it cuts to the part where Mika says, remember the words that had activated her Acumen instinct. And she's saying, if we lose, we die. But if we win, we can live. Then it cuts to Eren finishing it off saying we can't win if we don't fight. And that shit gave me so many chills, bro. When I seen that shit, like, I knew it was coming up because I read the manga, but I was like, yo, this shit finna be fucking crazy. That was a good ass fucking episode. But now it's time to explain the mirror scene. I think I explained it like not too long ago in the manga or whatever, but now this is the anime, and I got a whole different perspective on things. Like, I know a lot of more shit now. So basically, when he's in the mirror and he's washing his face and you see the sink over flooding and everything and water is all over the place, basically, this is him fighting with himself, you know? You have this one half of Eren who is feeling sorry for what he did. Like, he doesn't want to keep going through with this. He don't want to kill innocent people. He knows what he's doing is wrong. But then you got this other side of Eren who has to keep moving forward in order to free his people. He has to do this. This is the only fucking way. Because before all of this, they truly didn't know how they was going to fight back. They didn't know how they was going to protect the island from the rest of the world. They didn't know any plan. They didn't come up with a plan, and that's what led Eren to this. Like, you motherfuckers don't even have a plan. I have a plan though. Let's do this fucking rumbling. That's the only thing we got. I ain't really got that much time. My brother who has royal blood doesn't have time, and I don't want to make Historia to a Titan, so let's fucking do this shit and get this shit over with. Like, this truly was the only choice, because if they would have chose anything else, they would have to keep fighting over and over and over again. Like I explained in my other video that I had made like 2 days ago, I was saying, like, John's talking about, like, when is the killing gonna stop? Motherfucker, the killing is never gonna stop if you don't let Eren free out there. You know, the killing will never fucking stop if you don't let this motherfucker do what he has to do in order to protect the island. Because the rest of the world is always gonna be threatened by the rumbling. Like, damn, like these motherfuckers just try to kill us. They just try to destroy us. So because they was threatened by the rumbling, they're gonna create stronger weapons and they're gonna try to kill Predator's Island first. It's all about who take out who first. And that's war. That's what war is. Like, we don't give a fuck if you motherfuckers understand us, motherfuckers. We're trying to survive. So he's telling himself we gotta fight. And when he says we, what he really means is him and this other half who doesn't really want to go through with this shit. And he's fighting with himself. It's like, hey, we gotta fight. He's trying to remind himself we gotta fight. And if we don't fight, we can't win. But this was a good ass episode, man. I don't know. I might do reviews for now on. I don't know. I might just do reviews for like the small episodes, like with like a lot of information in it, but for like the action ones, like the shit that we're about to get into, I know for sure I'll do reactions for them. But this is the end of the video, man. You ain't got to like, you ain't got to comment, but I do appreciate it if you just sub button if you're new, and I'm out, bro.